Luffy, Loki, and Hadrudin just unleashed the ultimate combined attack to completely shatter Imu's strongest demon form? Welcome back, Nakama. One Piece Chapter 1191 is here, and it is absolute peak fiction. The title of Chapter 1191 is There's Still Loki. This week, we get a fire color spread where Oda draws the entire Straw Hat crew vibing together in a massive afro party. Chapter 1191 kicks off by showing Biblo talking to Chopper. Robin asks Chopper to go to Biblo because she has noticed something. And Bilbo tells Chopper something that leaves him shocked. We do not know what Biblo said, but Chopper appears to be very shocked. It is finally revealed exactly why Robin and Saul asked Chopper to go to the Owl Library. Saul actually feels that Biblo knows way more about the secrets of Elbaf than the giants themselves. He can't even believe that Biblo knows there is a hidden secret room inside the library. Robin, knowing that Chopper has the ability to translate all animal languages, finally asked him to speak directly with Biblo. As the head librarian, Biblo definitely holds a massive amount of crucial information, especially regarding the Harley Holy Book and the legend of the sun god Nika. It looks like this is exactly how the Straw Hat Pirates will uncover the biggest secret about Nika, especially his power that makes the world government absolutely terrified of its true awakening. So, this could be the exact key for Luffy to get a crazy power-up in Elbaf, which will finally allow him to push Imu out of the island. The scene then shifts to the insane battle between Zoro and Sommers. Zoro is previously seen getting completely overwhelmed fighting Sommers, who has already received the Omen buff and a legendary weapon straight from Imu. Even the exact same technique Zoro used to defeat King and Wano was easily blocked by Sommers. Zoro has now fully realized that he possesses Conqueror's Haki, so now he desperately needs to maximize it. Gaban already showed the exact method to pierce through Imu's Omen defense, and that is by shooting out a raw explosion of Conqueror's Haki. Zoro has to reach that level as fast as possible if he actually wants to defeat Sommers. As for Sanji, well, he at least needs to awaken his Conqueror's Haki so he doesn't just get bullied by Killingham. The scene then completely shifts back to the continuation of the legendary clash between Imu and Gaban. Imu reveals a terrifying brand new transformation. They become way bigger, growing 4 horns, while both of their arms turn completely pitch black. The giant horns that have grown out are very similar to Hellboy's, plus he still has the 2 he had before. Imu has also grown a pointed goatee on his chin, and on his chest, he now has a sort of pendant featuring the 3 horned skulls that used to be on the tail wrapped around his legs. The leaker don't know if they're the exact same ones, but since they're no longer on his tail, he assumed they're part of the pendant. And instead of those spiked bracelets he had before, he now has 2 rings with eyes on his arms. The ring with eyes he had on his back now encircles his waist legs. Imu then comments on Gaban. "That bastard brat from God Valley? I never expected you to become this strong. Had I known, I would have wiped you out along with rocks." Imu actually praises Gaban because Imu's devastating attack only resulted in Gaban losing a single arm. Gaban thanks them, but instantly claps back saying, "Sorry, but right now I can't give you a round of applause for dodging my attack." Bro, are you kidding me? Even in a completely critical condition, Gaban still has the time to drop a joke. What an absolute Chad. And the craziest part is, Imu actually acknowledges Gaban's strength. Imu even puts Gaban on the exact same level as the legendary Rock's DZ Beck. All of that is purely because of the Conqueror's Haki explosion attack that Gaban just showed off, which actually managed to pierce Imu's Omen defense and made their forehead bleed. It is completely obvious now that Haki truly transcends all. Even Imu was forced to their knees and screamed in agony when hit by Joy Boy's Conqueror's Haki explosion stored inside Emeth during that epic clash on Egghead Island. You can only imagine just how ridiculously strong Roger would be if he were still alive today. Right now, the only person capable of pulling off a Conqueror's Haki blast as crazy as Gaban is Shanks. Jumping back into the story, Gaban tells Luffy to take his crew and leave Elbaf immediately, but Luffy flat out refuses. Imu prepares to kill both Gaban and Luffy, but Hadrudin arrives at the exact right moment and punches Imu far away from them. However, Hadrudin gets instantly affected by the demonic aura. Gaban yells at Hadrudin to run away, but Hadrudin says that he will never give up. He declares that even if he dies, there is still Loki in Elbaf. And right after that, Loki arrives on the battlefield. Meanwhile, Luffy recovers from his lethal injuries by eating the food he had stored away. Luffy's durability in this fight is absolutely insane. He previously got stabbed by a life-draining sword, then hit by another sword that destroys everything in its path, and he is somehow still in Gear 5. Literally anyone else would be dead if they got stabbed like Luffy, especially by 2 swords that carry the power of the gods. Then the 3 of them, Luffy, Loki, and Hadrudin, launch a massive combined attack on Imu. They use a brand new technique called Gokoku Sovereignty, or the sovereignty of the three generals. Will this combined attack actually be enough to defeat Imu, or at least heavily wound them? Imu could definitely get severely injured by this combo, but only if they don't protect themselves using the Black Omen fire. If you pay close attention to all of Imu's fights in Elbaf, not a single attack from Loki or Luffy has been able to pierce Imu's Omen defense, except for Gaban's Kamuto attack. Gaban used a super devastating Conqueror's Haki explosion that even sliced off a branch of the Atom Treasure Tree, which is basically the size of a small island. Luffy and Loki need to master their Conqueror's Haki to this exact level immediately if they want to at least push Imu out of Elbaf. But wait, there is actually one other way that could temporarily weaken Imu, and that is by taking out the God's Knights who are currently in Elbaf, Sommers, and killing them. Because if the knights who made a contract with Imu die, it will directly impact Imu's own body. Just like when Harold died in Elbaf 14 years ago, Imu was seen in actual pain right after Harold was killed. Will Zoro and Sanji actually be able to take down Sommers and killing him, who already have the Omen buff from Imu? It looks extremely difficult, but there is still Gunko, who is currently starting to regain his past memories. If Gunko is willing to sacrifice herself and be killed to atone for all his sins against Brook, that would be the ultimate golden opportunity for Luffy and Loki to completely push Imu out of Elbaf, along with Sommers and killing him. Because those two God's Knights were actually summoned to Elbaf by Gunko herself. End of the chapter. And sadly, guys, One Piece is on an Oda break next week. What an absolutely insane chapter. The God Valley lore, Gaban being an absolute legend, and that ultimate giant combo attack. Do you guys think Zoro and Sanji will finally awaken the Haki they need, or will Gunko's sacrifice be the key to saving Elbaf? Drop your wildest theories down in the comments. If you want more peak One Piece breakdowns, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and give hype to this video. Until next time, stay hyped, Nakama.